Hello guys, welcome to the SVN Guitars workshop. As you might know, I just signed up for the great guitar build of 2021 hosted by SVN Guitars. For this build, I decided to go with a mixture of a Telecaster and a Les Paul body. I'm going to build a semi-hollow guitar with sides out of mahogany as well as the neck. And for top and bottom, I am going to go with flamed maple. So, I hope you will enjoy my build. Let's get started. So, while the CNC is cutting the bending clamps, I planed down the mahogany sides to about 2 mm. After I removed the sides from the backboard, I started to work on the form. The fit was perfect, so I continued with preparing the sides for bending. I trimmed them to the rough length and started to soak them in water. I let them soak for about 2 days, which was probably kinda overkill, but for the first time bending wood, I wanted to make sure that they were soaked enough. So I tried bending them. I just used an old steel pipe and a hot air gun. The first side did go very well and it was easy to bend, because it had no tight radiuses. The second half was kinda tricky due to the cutaway I had to bend. I had to be careful not to crack the wood. After bending the wood, I clamped it in its form so it would cool down and hold its shape more easily. Meanwhile, I shaped the cutaway support for more strength. After shaping it, I glued it into the cutaway, then I trimmed down the sides of the support. For more strength of the core, I used a center block out of mahogany. I started by squaring and trimming the blank. Radiusing the center block is essential for a perfect fit and an even better sound transfer. I also had to cut a recess for the cutaway, so I used my pole saw, some chisels, a small plane and sandpaper for that. Then I started to glue the sides onto the center block. After the glue was set, I put it back in its form for more rigidity and started to bring it down to 45 mm. The final thickness of the middle portion will be 44 mm. The top and bottom will be 6 mm each, which brings us up to a final thickness of 56 mm. Now here's a clip for some wood ASMR enthusiasts. Next up will be the kerfing. I squared up the blank and then I cut 4 strips, each having 5 mm. Then I used my kerfing jig to cut the slots into the kerfing so it would bend more easily. I added a small chamfer on one side so it looked a bit cleaner. Sometimes little things make a big difference. For bending the kerfing, I did it as with the sides. I soaked it in water, bent it around the inner curve and clamped it down for cooling. After bending the kerfing, I let it sit in its form for cooling and glued it into the body. Since the kerfing was too thick, I had to plane it down a lot. It was a lot of elbow grease. So this is the end of part 1 of my great guitar build of entry. I hope you enjoyed it. We will see us in part 2.